everybody. This is Smiles again, the Airedale. And remember, Smiles is a flushing breed or a hunting breed that is definitely not a pointing breed. So we teach, other breeds other than pointing breeds to sit rather than to stand. Um, when we're teaching a pointing dog, we don't want to teach sit right away because sit's usually the first command and the best known command, which any pressure they will sit down. So if they're on a bird and you put some pressure on them, we don't want them to sit down. In the training world, we jokingly say that's a point of embarrassment. So um, anyway, here's Smiles, and as we know, she was working on sit last week. She's getting that down very well. So come here. We're gonna start something new this week. Um, I use this as an emergency recall. So all I'm gonna ask her to do is to touch my hand. I'm not. You'll notice I'm not naming any of the commands yet. Um, all all I want to do is get the action, and after I'm almost positive that she's gonna complete the action, then I'll start naming it. So when I'm 99% sure she's gonna sit every time I ask her to without verbal, I will say sit before I have her do it. But right now, I'm going to teach her to touch. So all I'm asking her to do is to touch my hand. This is Xena. She's, come here, Z. Sit. Down. And I just want her, up. Xena's going to steal all my treats. She knows this trick. Come here. So, I'm just going to have her touch my hand. Yep. And every time she touches my hand, I'm going to move it kind of all around. Yep. And yep. And like I said, after she gets good, and she don't even really know what yep means, but um, after a couple thousand repetitions, that yep is going to signify that what she did in that instant is the behavior. Yep, is the behavior we want, and so she will actually start training you in regards to she will offer behaviors to get you to say yep, and so she can get a treat. So and that's kind of what you want. So that makes training easy. I mean, you can set up situations so virtually you can teach a dog to do anything when they offer the right behavior. Um, you just reward that. Any behavior that gets rewarded is going to repeat itself. Yep. Um, you'll notice that being as I'm talking a lot, I a lot of times, hey, I don't say yep, but yep. I just give her the treat. Normally I would never do that in a situation where Smiles. Yep. In a situation where I'm just training and not talking. Um, hard to do everything at the same time. Yep. Now we'll work on some sits also at the same time. Yep. And as you can see, she still needs to be lured into the sits. Yep. So right now I'm kind of working on two things at once. So I'll move my hand for her unless she actually has to get up. Yep. But she sat anyway. But she's learning that. Yep. She's learning that she has to sit to say please. So she's gonna sit more often. Yep. Just because most of her rewards come in when she's sitting at this point. But eventually, yep, we're gonna teach her. I don't know if you can see it, but I got a piece of plywood here next to me. we're going to teach her to go away from me and everything. And when she steps up on the mat, she gets rewarded for that. That's all to come, but yep. Hey, yep. The other thing is a lot of people, they like to teach eye contact right away. I would much rather teach the touch rather than eye contact first. It's good to have eye contact with your dog, and so they're paying attention to you. But more important to me is the recall. And like I said, if when I say touch, um, and they get rewarded every single time, and I never give this command. Yep, if I do not have treats, and you know, um, and that's all there is. So, um, she did very well. As you notice, this training goes really pretty quickly. She learns very quickly what gets reinforced and what doesn't. As time goes on, when she does the wrong behavior, instead of saying "yep," I'll just say "wrong," and wrong means then I'll just kind of ignore for a few seconds. But wrong simply means whatever you're doing, you're not going to be rewarded for ever. So you might as well quit doing it. And again, that takes a while to learn. But my dogs, they all learn what nope means. And, like I said, I'm a balance trainer. So when I use the word no, I might give them a little leash tug, or just to let them know that that is not the behavior that I want. Especially if they're doing something destructive. So they will definitely get a correction, not a hard correction. They're just a puppy. They don't deserve anything really rough, but just something to let them know that that's an undesirable behavior. And like I said, anything that gets rewarded will continue, and anything that you discourage will decrease. So it's not all going to happen one day, but it will happen. And so, but anyway, now, as I promised, we're going to go on to the second half of my video. I did this last week, but I learned that you had to edit the videos together, and I don't know how to do that. So here we are. We're going to do this all in one video. I'll let Smiles play with my little Malinois there. She's such a great dog. She loves puppies and gets along with them really well. So on this here, this actually measures like 31 and 3/16 plus change. And I want to find the center. Well, yeah, I could do the math, but that, for me, that definitely is not the fast way to do things. So instead, if I just want to find the center, I'm going to hold this end exactly where it was. I'm going to shift this up to I'm exactly 32 on this end. And half of 32 is easy. It's 16 inches. And I want to always, the back side of the tape, I'll read all the way along here. So it wouldn't work if I read the top of the tape here, obviously, because I'm reading the bottom here and the top here, and it's at an angle. So, but I'll read the bottom here. My dogs are trying to help me. They're wonderful help, as you can see. So right there, 16. And then if I measure, we're at 50, well, it'd actually be a 32nd, but we'll say 15 and 9/16. And if we measure from this side, 15 and 9/16. So that's the easy way. Now, now once you have the center, I mean, it's easy to mark. If you needed to cut say a 3-inch circle out of it, you move over 1.5 inches on this side, make a mark. Go to 3 on this side, make a mark. and them, that would be the outsides of your circles. So you know, or if you're doing hobbies and crafts, I mean, that could be the nose or the eyes or whatever. But just a quick and easy way that to find the center of an odd board. I mean, if it was 4 feet, obviously it just, you measure across and it'd be 2 feet, no big deal. But if it comes to like a, you know, like this 31 and, you know, a 3/16 or something, a little more difficult. So um yeah, it's just a quick and easy way to find center where you don't have to do the math. All right, this is Jim's Way here at Bird Dog Supreme. I will see you next week, and keep working on all this stuff with your puppies. And if you follow along, we will train them up to be a very high level, and I will have another life hack for you next week. Have a great night. See you next week.